So our trip started off a little rocky when Delta, our airline, left our luggage back in Georgia, leaving most of us without clothing and shampoo and things. So that was good. But after leaving our information with the airport, we headed off to our hotel where some of us who had things got to freshen up and change, and then we proceeded to explore the surrounding area. And it's really cute. It has this giant candy store, which makes me super happy. And we just basically tried to console our hurt feelings over our lost luggage and prepare for tomorrow when we got to go to Kiel University. Their mascot's a squirrel, which is pretty awesome, and their campus is beautiful. It's full of like old buildings and rolling hills and forests and fun trees that kind of look like the Whomping Willow, and they even have a lake, but we were warned about lake gate, so I didn't go swimming in it, and I wouldn't suggest you do either. While there, we got to meet Mr. Dixon, who is the guy who sets everything up on that end, and he's really cool and really friendly. I probably will never get my face, but that's always good, you know, to be remembered for various reasons. We got a tour of the campus, obviously, and they have bars on campus, which I thought was really weird, but, you know, I guess it might as well be drinking. If they're going to drink anyway, it might as well be safe. But then the next day we got to go to the magistrate court, which is really fast and really super efficient, and it was a 5-minute walk from our hotel. And then we got to sit in on some lectures. One was about writing, and the other one was kind of like what you should be prepared for. Then we got to go to Cheshire, which we got to sit in on. We got a tour of the police station and their call center, which is giant. And then after that, we got to go to Chester, which is like the super cute place with lots of shopping and really good food. I had a jagged potato and probably the best hot chocolate that I had while I was over there. And then, you know, we got to free time to run around like crazy American tourists and take tons of pictures and do tons of shopping and just see everything. Well, yeah, it was a lot. It was a good time. My wallet didn't appreciate it too much, but nor did my suitcases later when I had to sit on them to shut them. But we got to see a lot and experience a lot, and the people there were super nice, and when they found out you were American, they were just like, oh, cool, say this word for me, and then we'd have them say words for us, and it was just all around a good time. The next day, we got to go to the Crown Court, which was a little more intense. They have wigs, they have fun outfits, and it's just not as efficient as the magistrate court, probably because they're dealing with more serious cases like ours with about pot. Lots of pot, 238 plants in one house, that's a lot. And then we got to go to a museum. That was a courthouse. The next day was more of like a tour thing where we got to go to the Soak City football field, and that was really awesome. And they even let us down near the field. We weren't allowed on the field because, you know, grass is important, and they were painting it and watering it and doing all that stuff that's important for games. And then we got to go to a pottery museum, but we only got to be there for like a half hour because they closed at 4, but we thought they closed at 5. And then we finally, a few days later, got to go to London. Who doesn't want to go to London when you're in England? Nobody. That's who. Nobody. But we saw, you know, we went to King's Cross first, and then we went to Buckingham Palace, and we saw the changing of the guard, you know, walked our way from there, or Westminster Abbey, walked our way there to Big Ben, and took tons of fun pictures, and then saw the London Eye and some monuments, clearly, and then some really cool architecture, and then the Sherlock's Home Cafe, which we didn't eat in, disappointingly. I would have liked to. And then we saw these giant lions because we got lost on our way going to Oxford Street, which, you know, we were always lost, but we climbed all over lines. We were supposed to, but, you know, there was 100 other people doing it, and yes, if they were going to do what I was going to do, I wouldn't exactly jump off a bridge, but I would take a picture on a giant lion. Then we had to ask for directions from everybody, and we finally got to Oxford Street, did a bunch of shopping, and finally ate. And then we got to run around some more, and there was a giant M&M store, which was great. It smelled really good, although some of the people in my group didn't like it so much, and we didn't stay very long. And then there was just a bunch of sea, and a lot of cool people, like the policeman over there, so willing to give you directions all the time, which was good because we were always lost and always in need of directions. But back to King's Cross. Oh my god, my Harry Potter dreams were realized. It was everything I wanted it to be and more. And we got pictures, and the guys who are in charge of taking the pictures are hilarious. I want their jobs. And the policemen there were really nice and gave us directions again. But we took some funny, awesome pictures, and I got super excited. And I spent a lot of money there in their little store. And I even regret not buying some things, which is horrible. But I guess I'll just have to go back. But yeah, that was my trip to England. It was super awesome, and all the people are really cool. And yeah, so bye guys.